we're live in the server here for a little forZe PARIVISION fun. Let's see what we got on the pistol. We got Dooley's out for Result. I was disappointed to see in the HLTV picture that Result has gone away from the crazy hair. Gotta say, Alan, very disappointed. Here comes the waterfall, out on towards A, straightforward play. Tinier making some noise from under the bow. Good start. Oh, great start now. All right, Tinier, just take everybody down yourself. Why not? On pace for the ace, could have it as well. Got a duel with Belchinok, and you know he's hungry for it. What better way to start off? But it's not going to happen. Belchinok at least will be able to deny the highlight clip. Still a phenomenal start for one of the players we are least familiar with in the server.
Yeah, and as you're saying, we've never casted him before. He's a name that's pulled out of a bit of a rough diamond, let's say, pulled out of lower level competition. And of course, over the course of today and the tournament, we're going to learn a lot about him as a player. And as first impressions go, Mike, they don't get a lot better than that.
No.
I can already tell you this kid has some skills, that is for sure.
Just a quick note, we weren't quite sure what the roster was going to be, actually. Crowd is in the server. Elian is not.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, you're right. It's
Stinix is here.
Who's AWPing?
I don't know. That's going to be interesting. I will say the AWP may be something that teams have been going away from, especially online in early CS2, just because of how tough it is to hold angles. We saw some players adapt to it, but it certainly has posed a challenge for plenty. But yeah, no, that's interesting. So forZe's roster clearly in some degree of upheaval. Unfortunately, we don't have any inside information that I'm aware of as to why that might be happening.
Yeah, we'll try and establish that a little bit over the course of the series, but I think it's very safe to assume, Mike, especially given it's the AWPer that's missing, that this is not the planned lineup. This is more likely to be some sort of scenario where Elian cannot make the game or something of the sorts. Fortunately, they did have Crad on the bench, of course, former player of forZe, but at least wasn't announced as part of this new look lineup. But he is an experienced player. He has played it at the top of the scene, so as stand-ins go,
yeah,
he shouldn't be too bad. But as we're saying, the only concern is not immediately apparent who's going to be AWPing. Maybe there'll be a lot of 5 rifles for them today.
Still, they're off to the best start you could be. Not a body lost, not a bullet of damage taken in that second round. They keep it very clean against PARIVISION. But now PARIVISION have the guns. Went full eco in the last. They didn't have the weaponry to work with. The chaining flashes out on towards B. Tinier's going to be under pressure. But now he's got reinforcements. Oh, look at the underpass push. The underpass push is going to be huge. This kill has to come through for Jerry. If he drops here, oh, that's big. That's massive. And actually, he's going to back away. X5 has drawn all the focus, but it's cost them so much in terms of bodies. And xsepower is trying to make some noise here in mid. Needs this kill on the A site player. With him lost, it's just a 7 HP Jerry. This one's a non-starter.
He's going to get chewed up by a ZNX. Surely. There he goes. I don't necessarily hate the idea. Get players out aggressively on B.
Worked.
Yeah, I mean, especially with CS2 and the power of just peeking and getting aggressive, and you knew there was no AWP in play. Trying to take those fights out of the apartments. I don't really have anything wrong with that. It just sort of felt like, I don't know. I'm not really sure what the overall plan was beyond. It was kind of like, here's the plan, guys. We're gonna pressure B with 2 players aggressively, flashes over the top, and then it's like, well, then what? And it didn't feel like there was a big plan for if they're ready to collapse on A really fast. It was just Crad. It was just Crad. Even if they were man down, maybe they could have pinched him, but a little bit too slow for me, and maybe should have had another stage to that plan beyond just the first engagement.
Yeah, not looking so snappy right now. Little bit concerning. It's still early days, but of course with the swap to MR12 every round has a little bit more impact. So early results are definitely not encouraging if you're a PARIVISION fan.
I wonder if they knew about the roster before the veto as well, because Mirage playing this map with a stand-in, especially given all the CS2 changes, this really does feel like best case scenario for forZe. Because you're just going to be so individually comfortable. Put them onto an overpass, maybe? Something like this. could have been a lot more problems.
I will say as well, one thing we have noticed with Jerry rosters in the past, and I'm not going to give an excuse here because I actually am not sure how long this PARIVISION roster has been together. Let me take a look. 25 days. Okay, so it's not that long. So one thing I will say with Jerry rosters in the past is frequently they take a little while to cook. Result, going to be doing some serious cooking of his own, at least a blemish on the record. Raijin somehow a second as well. So at least he prevents the economy from just growing massively out of control, but it's still basically a non-starter here. forZe up 4-0 have been just shutting down PARIVISION at every turn. xsepower is going to get the op up. That'll be interesting. He has yet to crack onto the board. Now he's got the big green. And we've got none picked up on the forZe side, so as per our previous discussion, it does seem like they might be avoiding the Zoom banger.
Can be difficult T-side opening, so we hope there's a plan. xsepower is going to start in towards Palace, and he could really do with some help. Elsa on the map to pull a rotation. Again, we're trying to fight B, and Tina here was very much ready for that one. Same time, Prong comes out on the A ramp. Result commits in towards Sandwich, as well as ZNX coming over. There's a lot of bodies on this side of the map. Jerry has to win this fight. That is good. Makes it 2. That is beautiful from Jerry. Round is now back on for them.
Damage on the crowd as well. I mean, as much as you could possibly hope out of the captain. xFi's doing this slow, but he might actually catch Tenier as a result, and he does so. Big kill now. They've got a player isolated. They should know Krad's here, right? Jerry was dueling with him. So they should have this information. Shelfie knows he needs to win this mid fight if it's going to happen. And they're rotating, actually. Knowing X5 calling that he's pulled the B player off, had to stay alive there. That's the big blunder. If he stays alive, there is no one to defend B. As it is, they're running, the thunder stomping. Shelfie knows they're coming his way. The Molotov even allows him to stall them out a little bit. Allows the rotation to come through. And an extra HE even confirms this. Are they going back? 35 seconds. They're stalling.
Getting enveloped as well. Shelfie could flank. He's just staying top mid at the moment, checking underpass. It is going to be that B-bomb site. Big kill from Raijin. And now a lot of pressure on Krad to turn this one back in their favor.
Bomb's going to be planted. That shouldn't be denied. But, as they hesitate, try and bait out this last peek, they're actually allowing Krad closer. They didn't realize he's this close. Raijin's ready for it. 2 big kills. All right, so that's individual play, bailing out PARIVISION, right? Jerry gets the double entry on towards A. Raijin gets the 2 kills over towards B to close the round. But, again, kind of a weird round when we're looking at the macro of what PARIVISION's actually trying to accomplish. They hit B and A simultaneously, almost. Neither one goes that well. And then it's just a late round 2v2. I mean, that was weird, Alan.
Didn't go too well until Jerry rips 2 heads. I quite liked the mid-rounding, actually, when it went 2v2, or was it 3v2, and they go back to B. They gambled on the certainty because they knew one player was A, and you have to do that. Because you could have been committing into 2 players, and you knew it could only be one maximum on B. So that was the right decision. It was a bit clunky, though, and actually, on this default from PARIVISION, there's nobody in towards apartment. Shelfie is up close and clearing. Leaves ZNX playing up on the chest of drawers. He can take a wide angle. I love this setup from forZe, and as you can see on the minimap, it allows them to lean really heavily elsewhere, 4 towards the A side of the map.
That's a big kill from Tenier. ZNX gets a kill in towards the apartments as well, off the long angle on the AWP. Shelfie puts his teammates down with an HG. All right, that's less good. Shelfie, what are you doing? That was in the window, too. I guess he was trying to pop the smoke. Maybe didn't realize how low Tenier was. Gives a chance back over for PARIVISION. But catching X5, just slow looking out of the palace is going to work just fine. Speaking of apartments, ZNX is under pressure. Be good for it. And xsepower just gets the plant off. Can he get any kills here? Trying to no-scope. Burning. Out in the open. And he's done for. That would have been a flawless round if they didn't need their teammate. Yeah,
it's looking pretty flawless for forZe so far. they're being dynamic. A big change up this round with the apartments aggression, and as I was saying, leaning over towards A. They had a flash over mid, and I think it was Tenier that peeked window and got a nice kill off that too. Very dynamic play, and for the moment, PARIVISION are getting blindsided. Had Jerry not hit 2 absolute zingers of a headshot on that A bomb site a couple rounds ago, this would be 6-0. Money is dwindling a little bit for forZe, but they got so many rounds, I don't think they need to panic. And, you know, we talk a lot about Jerry and how he can be a bit of a crazy mastermind, have all these ideas. I need to see a few more, Jerry, or you're not going to get enough rounds.
It feels like maybe they're trying to do a little too much at times. I don't know. This just has not been hitting yet. One thing I'm really impressed with on the forZe side, they're moving Tenier around a lot. Again, he's a player we were less familiar with, but remember, in the pistol round where he gets his 4K, he's under the balcony. He's been playing B anchor in a lot of rounds. He's been peeking window last round, right? They're just shifting him all over. That's a decision. A great one from the off. But the swing back out, Result's going to make it A-OK. Shalfie kills the bench player. Result immediately swings off the flashbang. So talk about making up for it.
Settling now.
forZe.
Yeah, very slow now. Crad is going to commit sandwich, which scares me a little bit. There might be a fight in window in a second. As a result, backs out. forZe is choosing to stay 2 on B. Bait setup towards the apartments. That's going to leave somewhere exposed, and it feels like it's going to be mid as a result comes back over to help his teammates. So if PARIVISION can commit before any B information is taken, it's not so bad, you know. These 2A players, it might be hard for them to work off each other, and if Crad's spotted as well into a sandwich, you can get stuck real fast.
It was a bold commit, especially with Crad playing here in sandwich, but they might not expect him in the position as a result, but he doesn't expect second on. Oh, it's all misinformation around the map, and with the kill through mid, Raijin now controls so much of the rotation. Bomb's going to be down, and Jerry just hits a blinder of a shot. Why not? To get PARIVISION on the board for this second.
Only hitting headshots since Jerry. Wow, yeah, I think you saw with the, let's say, the static nature of forZe's setup. Remember that, as we're saying, we really don't think this is their standard lineup. And especially if it's Crad coming in to stand in for them. Maybe it's not a surprise that Crad and his teammate there on A weren't on the same page. Playing into a sandwich, it's so hard to pivot and move, and the player CT is peeking wide and dies and leave Crad out to dry. It's not looking great in that round. At least they got a buffer to play with. But a lifeline, I guess, for PARIVISION is what we're looking at here, isn't it? Because the money is bad for forZe. They're not on a great deal of loss bonus. They'll have to eco, surely, if they lose this round without an absolute heaping load of saves. So focus up, Jerry. This is your chance.
It is indeed. They take the time out to make sure they're on the same page about this. xsepower hasn't been able to get activated yet, and they've been prioritizing the op for him. I mean, they bought it, I think, twice now. That round, Jerry just saves it through. But if you're going to make the op a focal point, as we've seen some teams shift away from, you got to show us why.
Super aggressive. We're going to get some flashes for these guys to peek. Result's going to back off. And they give it up. A is hit by PARIVISION in response. There's so many players here. ZNX assassinates on the 5-7, and nobody else is nearby. And look at this, Mike. They're running all over the place in T-Spawn. What's the plan, lads? We're all over the place.
This feels like another situation where they're not on the same page, right? Why Raijin's all the way out in towards Tetris, and he's setting up utility when he gets peaked. There's no one with him. So next, that's not bad, right? Because he's getting information, just had a pistol on it, probably trying to reclaim a gun as well. Bit of a risk, but not a catastrophe by any measure. And I believe he will have spotted the bomb as well. So they're going to know some focus is on. Belchanok, this is huge. This engagement, oh, doesn't have the timing. Shalfie just walks out, shoots him in the back. So advantage once again for forZe. And the slow creep out A ramp. There's no explosion to this. Can't say I love it, but that kill might make all the difference. Crad burning. No smoke for him. Goodbye, Crad. Tenier, can you take advantage of your teammate dying? Oh, no! Couldn't finish his food! Result does with the HE, but now a 1v2, 20 seconds time might be the biggest threat. They have to cross, but there we go. There's the impact from the AWP.
Is it just me, or does it feel like PARIVISION's getting away with murder in some of these rounds?
Yes.
I think forZe should have won that every day of the week after the early advantage. We didn't quite catch ZNX's side of that duel in towards ramp, but I'm not sure xsepower should have been presented with an opportunity. I think forZe could have done better. But PARIVISION, by hook or crook, are making this work, aren't they? They're back in this game. They've broken the money. It's not clean. It's not beautiful Counter-Strike. But it's kind of working. You got to give them some credit for that.
It's somehow working. I can't say I understand.
You can't give them the credit.
I don't know that I'm going to give them the credit. Individually, I'll give them some credit. But I do think this is not, generally speaking, what we expect. Still, there's no one on B. They're postured for a B setup, provided they don't spook themselves with ghosts. This will be a 4th round on for PARIVISION. And frankly, you know, you get 4 or 5 rounds. That's fine. Especially considering the start. This is A-okay for PARIVISION. So they will indeed commit in towards an empty site. Favorite kind of site. Get some nice dry run utility practice. Bomb goes down. And Jerry gets on the hunt to see if he can make some money with that SMG.
It is fun, isn't it, that Jerry's playing his old team, of course. It's not just that Jerry played for forZe, it's that Jerry built probably 3, maybe 4 lineups from scratch or at least significant changes. There's a lot of questions here of what does forZe look like without Jerry. I mean, there is an asterisk today where the lineup is a bit funky, but it's going to be very interesting over this game, over the course of Challenger League, to see how that plays out. And a nice 2-piece for Mr. xsepower.
We love a collat. Way to make an eco look cool. I mean, Jerry was on that team for 6 years almost, Alan.
That's an eternity in esports careers. And isn't he 20? Is he 25 now?
25. He joined the team in 19. He's 25 now. He's been on that team basically
crazy,
for his entire career. He spent, so his HLTV listed teams, he spent May 2017 to August 2017 on Spartak. So that's what, 5 months, 4 months? I'm bad at counting. And from there on, September 2017 to July 2023, he was a member of forZe. He was, as much as anything, the identity of that team. Belchnock 1-for-1 exchange. Shelfie, I don't know about getting aggressive here. If you get caught, this is big trouble for your team, but does he get away? Whoa, just barely. Very fortunate there. The nade might chase, and indeed it does. Problems on for forZe now. Down a man. They have not done well in these situations. Result going to try and make the hero play, but there's a player waiting right under the wings of this window. PARIVISION have the big early advantage.
I like the call, actually, just to freeze. They don't have a lot of information on where players are elsewhere. Raijin is going to at least hold somebody in mid, surely. And as we can see, as long as you're holding results, it means that Tanir here is alone. There is a smoke down, but Jerry's going to disregard that. He is straight through, and the Belarusian, you have picked the worst possible time, brother, to come off the site. Oh, you're lucky to be alive. There he goes. That was a masterclass in mid-rounding from Jerry.
We do love the Jerry. You know, he made us doubt a little bit in the early game. We've come back around.
Wow.
Never down the mad scientist. That's just a nice shot. Make it look cool. You love when a player is just so confident in the headshot they don't even go for the spray.
We call it the donk effect.
The donk effect. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
It's where you just know you've killed them before you even take the gunfight. You know you got them. Every single time. I tell you what, this CT half has kind of fallen apart from forZe. As we're saying, there were some, what I'm going to describe as funky approaches.
Was that mid-air?
That was mid-air as well. Even better. I love it from Jerry, but my point is that...
Jerry's fight like you got a MAC-10.
My point is that forZe's let a couple big advantages slip.
Yeah.
They really struggled in that round, plus a couple others on the guns. They were in prime position with massive economic control earlier in this game, and that has been ceded.
And it did feel like, you know, in the beginning of this game, we were sort of looking at some of the things that PARIVISION were doing and wondering why. But now seeing how static forZe are to react to things, how much the positions are being manipulated, it's almost like those first few rounds, it was the fact-finding mission, right? It was the probe. It was like, all right, let's see how they're going to respond. Now, last few, they've been a good field. That's a nice nade. Painful. Not expecting much out of this round. forZe could desperately use it to get back on track.
I think Raijin excites me on this team more than anybody else. Oh, of course, Jerry's fun, especially in the interviews if we ever get that out of him. But Raijin, for me, was an up-and-coming player on his various former lineups. Maybe didn't get the opportunity to get into a top team of the region or the country. I certainly think he has the mechanics to be on one of those teams. So now under Jerry, definitely an experienced figure who has brought players like Flit into world-class form and onto major winning teams. Could be a great sort of proving ground, breeding ground, learning place for Raijin.
Could indeed. And I mean, he and X5 were playing over on that Q23 roster. X5's had his flashes as well as a player to sort of tease us, get us excited. Crad, that's ridiculous, Crad! What are you doing? With just a deagle, his feet of flame in the Molotov, he may have just turned this round on its head. Jerry's gonna get the bomb planted. X5's got to keep him safe. That smoke, just enough cover to extinguish the molly. Still, though, X5 getting in towards CT. This is a strong position. Jerry committing sandwich. If they clear this, he's in trouble. He needs X5 to make sure they don't go top stairs on top of him. But X5, you can tell, is a little bit panicked about CT. There are no kits, so time is their friend. But here comes the retake. Here comes the salvo. Now they know Jerry's here. He's not long for this world. And indeed, there's plenty of time for that defuse. What on earth was that from Crad? He's found them around where there should have been nothing.
Tier 2 hit an absolute ripper as the players are coming out of Palace and Ramp. Wow. Astonishing group of frags. PARIVISION couldn't get a lot done in the 2-on-4. I'd like to see them get more aggressive, but the round was already so far gone at that point. I've only seen Tier play 11 rounds of Counter-Strike in my life, and I'm already impressed. He can hit some shots, this kid. I love it. Another young, up-and-coming talent of that region. Seem to just produce them like kind of sprouts in the ground. They're all over the place.
22, so he's not actually as young as some of the other prospects. Big kill for Crad, blinded up, but the trade is good. Still Jerry lost, and again, we're getting this sort of double probe action going on, but X5, he's good on it. Problem is the bomb's nowhere nearby. And now Belchanok has a choice to make. Because we've got these players isolated. Freebie. X5 maybe getting a little too creative there. And meanwhile, Belchanok's still headed this direction. So what are they going to do? They're full splitting in the 2-on-2. And Zinex is going to be good to catch that. But he's now peeled off the site. This is interesting. Chance for bomb plant here for Belchanok. You can see the paranoia. How could you possibly expect them to have just given this up?
He's going for the round win. You could probably gamble on a plant pretty safe right now. Okay, he's going back for it. forZe are on the wrong side, but I kind of like it, Mike. I kind of like they did what PARIVISION didn't and trying to play together. And as long as there's a good buddy system, this can be really hard for Belchanok to win this.
Oh, he's going to commit in the shelf as well. Element of surprise is everything here. They're out. He gets the first, but the second is there. And of course, it's the last round. So guns don't matter. It's going to be a 7-5, a recovery for forZe to send us to the break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Back for the second half here. 2-round lead for forZe. I mean, still pretty good recovery for PARIVISION, all things considered, but letting it slip there at the end, Alan, means we still got the forZe lead.
Be nice to get this half off to a good start. X5 are boosted. Raijin's going to hold a flash for him. It's be a very dangerous combination. Should forZe come out of those B apartments, but look how slow this default is from the T side. I guess they're just probing for information before making a decision. They're clearly primed, more or less, to hit B in the end, but just letting this mid lurk happen, letting Result here poke out at A. He actually wins that duel before Jerry can come to help. That is a little bit of an oversight, and now that B bomb comes into play.
Ooh, Shalfie with a big one. Reminder, this is Kinnear now, still alive. He's the one who got the 4-piece in the first pistol. Only one here, and Raijin, swift response. All in Shalfie now, has an isolated fight for the moment, but Jerry is fast coming in to help his comrade, and so Raijin is just trying to stall. Allow his captain to get into the fun. They know they have the bomb, so know the action's coming their way. For Shalfie, it's a pinch and a pull and a pick your poison, but patience on the taps. It's a Shalfie gets a chance to make this happen. 35 seconds. Oh, the bomb's even up top. I didn't realize that's even worse. Shalfie knows if he tries to make that jump, he's just about a dead man. But he has to do it. Gonna have to brave it. And indeed, Raijin will capitalize. That's just such an unfortunate fight to be forced into. But it's a pistol round much needed for PARIVISION.
Massive from Raijin. Round at times looked pretty bad for PARIVISION as those lurks were doing damage, were bisecting the map, and making it difficult to have the foresight to retain numbers on B as the defensive side, but Raijin kind of bails them out. Well played as well on the one-on-one. To know the whereabouts. And without a plant, forZe are not going to invest very heavy eco for them. And it's the matchmaking strat. 1 Palace, 4 elsewhere. Try and pull some attention and get that bomb down when PARIVISION least expects it. How long are we going to sit here? Let's have a party down in Underpass.
Whole round. I'll say they move off this with 45 seconds left on the clock.
Are they kind of hoping that... Yeah, I think they're just sort of hoping that someone swings them, don't they?
100%. I don't mind it with Glocks. Just commit to the weird angle. Leave them long enough. They'll get antsy.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, though, is it? There's nobody in connectors. Only if Belshonok jumps out a window. Which wouldn't be advised.
Come on, guys. No, shifting off 10 seconds too early. My prediction is wrong. They're going forward with it. Now they're making noise. They're trying to catch maybe somebody off guard. Not going to work out. Belshonok, got to be careful. Getting dinked. There's at least a blemish on the perfect record. This is getting way more expensive than it should be. Result, time is of the issue, and the bomb's all the way under the balcony, so you better cover some ground here. But he doesn't want the round win, he wants the kills. He will get neither.
Still a result for forZe, isn't it? 3 kills. Granted, xsepower was saving. Old school style, he just played on a USP. But it doesn't change the fact that after this investment from PARIVISION, there is not going to be a lot of funds left in the bank. 3 players with basically nothing. Jerry should go even lower. Now he's got full nades. Very important round. Big opportunity for forZe to break this cash early and start to really streak ahead. And there aren't that many rounds left in these games, being MR12. Let's see what the call is. 4 towards the B side at the start. It's just Shalfie in towards mid. Crad is going to clear under a little bit. But surely a B pop is to come. And I tell you what, PARIVISION right now are leading the wrong way. It is just X5 on the B side of the map.
Oh, huge find as well. Raijin, who's been one of their strongest performances, deleted, and he's into its mid, so now the rotation's going to be difficult, but Jerry's trying to take matters into his own hands.
Why are players still on A when Jerry's here?
Why is the bomb rotating back? What is happening now? Uh-oh. Jerry's going to be the fly in the ointment. He's got the timing. Knife out. That's the bomb dropped. Uh-oh. Catastrophe. This next duel's everything. Jerry is going to win it. And now he's got full control, full action, and an upgrade to an AK as well. And the flash from Tinier barely even helps. Jerry's past it. He's done it all himself, Alan. He's done it all himself. Don't know why no one's rotated in to help him at this point. He may have to continue doing it all himself, but now PARIVISION start to get active.
Okay, so now there's a smoke into the apartments. Belshonok is holding his mid. There is not a lot of directions forZe can come from, and both are covered. Even if Crad can win this duel and he can't, it's going to be difficult. And this round has fallen apart. It looks so good for forZe. Got that kill in mid. PARIVISION were already gambling the wrong way with 1 player on B. They had a 4-on-1 on B if they had just committed. And Jerry, you said it, big fly in that ointment, and he's ruined it.
Crazy play from Jerry. I mean, just knowing that you're in a tough position, that you need to make the move, feeling the lack of presence out the ramp. It's massive. And Result's just trying to stay alive. Oof,
it's still a bit of what it's still a bit of what we saw earlier, because I actually believe that after Jerry started flanking, I didn't like how the CTs were set up. I didn't like that they weren't moving. Jerry had so much information, but Jerry just gets so much done. He just completely changes the round. If he gets traded, I'm not sure they're in that good of a position, PARIVISION, actually, to still win the round. Jerry saved them again, and he did that on that round in the first half, so he's doing more than his fair share of individual work at the moment.
Flash, here comes the burst on in. Here comes the massacre. Shut down right now from PARIVISION very nicely. And yeah, this is just completely stymied. Nothing doing on the B push. Zenex has the bomb at least. But that's about all you can say. And if he's coming towards mid, Raijin will meet him, and Raijin will deal out the damage. So all 5 stay alive here. The cash can start to swell for PARIVISION. And now with a 2-round lead, with no bomb plant in that, things are starting to look a little dire for forZe.
Was it 5-0 this match as well to boot? It was definitely a big lead early on for forZe. This map, which early on looked so good for them, is starting to crumble. The cracks are showing big time at the moment. And as you mentioned, a bit of money in the bank too for PARIVISION. Here we go again. Back on the buy. xsepower. Not had the best game so far, let's be honest. But still time for him to get engaged. Mid-fight, off catwalk from PARIVISION. They leave B open for a second. xsepower is going to pick that up. And we're seeing a pretty dynamic CT side from PARIVISION. And Raijin considers even more aggression. Just post up for now.
Shelfie's going to test this setup. He's got a decent read off of the HE. You can tell he's aware that something is up top mid. But it's still going to make this a tough fight. Here they go. Around on the edge of the smoke. Raijin's ready for it. And they get the kill underpass as well. So good setup, good hold for PARIVISION. And now they can respond. Now they can rotate back in to support the A defense. Once again, Jerry might have to put in some serious work and committed to the ninja spot. That one gets checked. Result aware of those cheeky plays. So the bomb's going to go down. And you get a chance here. That nade enables a fight. Resolt's so low. And he's gone. And Tanir next to follow. Yes, indeed. No safe haven. Not enough cover to keep him from those bullets.
At least they got the bomb plant. That's the silver lining. But still going pretty well for PARIVISION. I was nervous for them actually with the mid setup because, as we've seen in other matches on CS2, the sort of angle Raijin was playing is no longer nearly as strong. You know, just static, sat waiting. But Shelfie gave up the game with a nade. That made it all the more difficult. It is another buy with the bomb plant. But forZe need to change something. The money is swelling on a couple of these CT players too. What is the call this round? Solo mid. That is going to be Shelfie. Lining up some A smokes. I guess we're just going to explode out of ramp and see if we can get done. Ramp progression from Jerry. He's actually on his own a little bit, so important fight to come. If Crad can win this, suddenly this site becomes open. Spacing isn't great, and Jerry gets 2. That should not be possible. What is going on? He should not be able to get free there any day of the week.
He finally goes down, but yeah, once again, Jerry just finding far too much for the D side to bear. And it does seem like PARIVISION are going to be content to play retake on this. Bomb will likely go down, certainly. They're waiting for Raijin to get in position, but I'd almost like to see X5 get a little more active here, considering he doesn't deny or delay the bomb plant at all. xsepower will spot the player getting around, but there's the peek, there's the check. Result knew there was another shoe to drop. Now it's all about Shelfie. 1v2, time on his side. They've got so much utility, though, Alan. They could just smoke him off. They can molly him out. Whatever they want to do. There's the molly. There's the tick. There's confirmation that he's here. A flashbang on the puck. But X5 doesn't go for it. Now the tap's going to be on. It's just going to have to be the spray for Shelfie, but he's not on target. He's not on the mark, and they've got the defuse off.
Oof. I guess they did okay to get the bomb down, but it all harkens back to the Jerry moment. I just don't... The spacing wasn't good at all, was it? Jerry should have been traded. That is not a strong position in CS2. If you're on your own without somebody baiting you, and it just is not good anymore. It's hard to play them. And Jerry should have been traded. To get the third was egregious. Should never have had that opportunity. So I'm not surprised it's a pause for forZe. They need to talk and have a discussion. Granted, there might be an asterisk against the roster. We might have a standing situation, but I don't know. I don't know. Some of these guys know better. Shelfie, Crad, Result. These guys have all played at a top 30, top 20 level. And they need to clean up some of these errors, or I'm not sure this series is going to be terribly long, to be honest.
not looking great for them.
It's 11-2 the last 20 minutes. Not going
That's
great.
Astounding. Yeah. When you put it in that context, it is somewhat astounding.
Flawless on the defense as well, isn't it? From PARIVISION, it's 7-5, I think.
It has indeed been.
Yeah, that is.
Have not dropped around.
That's
in the last
starting to get
6.
scary. Very scary.
I mean, you can tell in their money, right? We got to buy in the tank after this one. Last round got a little more expensive, so they're not exactly sitting on a mountain of money. But call it a hill.
Look at
So
the
they haven't
information.
pushed
Look at
back.
the information from PARIVISION. 4 on A with that apps push. This is perfect.
There's a bit of aggression in this one. It's going to be contact now. Here's it going to come when the smokes fade. Belchnaut gets the first. That's a big kill early on. But Jerry's lost. Op strikes. They know the players are coming out ramp. It's all about shutting down Shelfie here on this connector push. He's out in the jungle. That's a big kill. Could open things up. But xsepower is continuing to exact a heavy toll. And now his teammates can get activated. Raijin down. So it's X5. And it's xsepower. It's the X Factor. Is in the spray. Not effective. Nade might do damage. Does indeed, but it just doesn't matter in sum total. And look at this. Shelfie's getting active. With this connector space, there's no way they're going to clear this. There's no world. X5 is even aware that it could have happened. That just running out of time is the problem. And he is, in fact, going to clear it. That's big, but Shelfie's still ready for the fight. Ready for the duel. xsepower is going to hit his, but I don't think he has time for this. I don't think he's got a chance. Time running out on the clock. Attempt at the no-scope, not going to land. And it will be Crad to at least put forZe on the board in this second half.
That was all Shelfie. All Shelfie. PARIVISION had the info. They were winning the macro game when that XQ came in. xsepower was hitting good shots as well from CT. That could have been dire. And Shelfie saves them. Shelfie saves them with all the aggression, all the fights in and around connector. And they needed some individual heroics because as a team, the cracks have been there throughout since that early lead for forZe. Pause in then. PARIVISION, quick discussion. I guess this is because they know their money's in a bit of a precarious position, so they need to make the most of this gun round. Raijin, do you have a rifle? I'm not sure he does. Yeah, 5.7's out for him. So he's going to sack himself a little bit. Util is okay. At least there's smokes pretty much across the board. But not all the bells and whistles, so a little bit limited at PARIVISION. And I wonder if in their discussion coming into this round, we're going to see another dynamic opening. We've seen some mid-aggression. We've seen them leaning off B aggression. Not so much A aggression yet, but it has been a very proactive CT side so far.
Well, there was the round where Jerry just walks ramp. A little bit of A aggression. I could see another dynamic Jerry round. Not looking like it early on, though. In fact, based on the util, they're anticipating it could be a fast B play. Players have shifted in response, and is xsepower really just going to peek this? Oh, he's really just going to peek this, and he is going to be punished for it. They were very ready for that. Just a dry peek top mid. Don't know that that was necessarily the solution. But they have risked it. Belchnaut's gone underpass, realized that no one's here, so it should allow the shift off on B. As Belchnaut continues to find it nobody. So there will at least be numbers on the A site ready to receive this hit, and a flank could be developing. Once again, PARIVISION's getting creative, getting aggressive here, and finding all the information before forZe can act.
If they can just hold on for 5 seconds, this flank is ruinous.
The molly's huge. There's no more smoke. They get the first kill. Jerry's trying to hang on. Belchnaut needs to accelerate, and they know that, but it's Jerry under pressure. He's burning. He's dead. Utility advantage playing out, and unfortunately, the 5.7 is just not going to be able to stall, but they're slow into this. Oh, no. Oh, they've slowed up at the wrong moment. An extra smoke goes down. Crad's watching this, and that's the big play. Crad knows. They're waiting for something. They were trying to stall us. There's some sort of a play going on here. And he puts the pieces together. And the final kill as well. That's what having a player like Crad on your roster, even if he's just a stand-in, gives you. It's just reps, repetition to say, why are they holding us this way? It's got to be a flank developing.
It was very well played by forZe. That could have turned south so fast, especially with that molly going down on ramp. Whoever mollied under balcony, lifesaver. If Jerry just stays alive there and is, even if he doesn't get another kill, if he just stays alive and makes it difficult, that round could look very different. But forZe have done it. They stayed alive. They forced this money extremely low for PARIVISION, and a very heavy eco now. So, this roller coaster of a map is set to continue. forZe need to keep their heads, keep this clean. Given the way the bomb is posturing for a B split at the moment. Okay, it's actually going back into connector now. Well, hopefully they don't run into all these players. That could get a little bit dicey.
It's just so unusual, right, to see this? It's like
I love
they
it.
have a little caravan going, a little
Conga
just
line.
amoeba. It's like, we'll talk about it in a second, because they have gained the first rifle.
Given their money, that's already a result.
It's not bad, for sure. Well, no, results on the forZe side.
Wow.
Guess I'll show right now. So there's a couple of schools in my neighborhood, right? And when they're taking the like elementary school kids, like the little kids, like, you know, first, second grade or third kindergartners or whatever, when they're taking them out to like the park or whatever for outside time, they walk them along in a little line, and they all have like a hand on a rope or something like that, so they don't get lost. That's what that reminded me of.
Is that Jerry and all his teams in recent times?
Yeah, really. He's okay, kids, don't wander off now. No, Timmy, don't lick the telephone pole.
Somehow Flick got away.
It's very cute when I walk by with Noodle, my dog, because they all just wave to him.
Oh my lord,
It's adorable.
That is the most adorable thing ever. I'm not sure that conga line was quite as adorable, especially when the lead started flying. But I see the parallels. I see what you're getting at.
Little more deadly. Getting a double push out catwalk. Oh, it's a bricks booster.
forZe has ran. Sorry, I'm calling them forZe because Jerry's on this team. PARIVISION have ran a different setup every round. Look at the palace aggression now.
That's true. It's true. Jerry's taking the space, and again, it's Jerry feeling it out. And bombs in spawn. So you talk about aggression that could wind up paying out. That's an awkward fight for Raijin. Splits the difference. Tons of damage on both, but neither a kill. Still, we'll see if that damage winds up coming back to benefit them in the late round.
I'm surprised Jerry hasn't gone. It was a lot of info on players in mid. Or at least leave Jerry maybe, and xsepower comes off.
The bomb's
it's
coming
pretty
in.
static elsewhere. Oh, Jerry, please. Yeah, he needs good timing here. He really needs good timing.
Oh, he's backing out of it. The bomb's coming in, though. If Jerry just gets this first kill, now they're grouping up. Now they've Glock spammed? What's that about? Nice clear on the first. The bomb's here, though, but Tanier. Jerry was never expecting a second player to come in late. And now they are completely out of position to do anything about this site. Alan, I just have one question, because this should turn into a save. What was that Glock spam about?
I don't know. Was he shooting
trying to
and
mark a spot for a teammate?
I was thinking it could have been for a smoke liner, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it was off for the ticket smoke, which is the only one I know where you line it up that way.
Why is... Guys, just save.
Crad's about to get a knife. Knife him, Crad. Could have been fun. Could have had fun. As it is, now they will do the worst of both worlds. Not really a retake, not really a save. And xsepower is not going to get away with this one, most likely.
Yeah, that was a lack of discipline at the end. They should have just saved in the free man save it, and Beltronic could have bought himself again. It could have been a 4-rifle buy. It wouldn't have been too bad. Jerry on a MP9 or something of the sort.
The wheels are coming off late here. They don't want to play for overtime. They're investing a little more heavily than one would expect.
Brazil's having a great game. It's a bit of a sleeper one because if you think back, who's had the big moments? It's been Jerry, it's been Tinir, Crad, of course, with the Deagle. Highlight here on this A-bomb site earlier on. But as a result, it's putting in the work. He's putting in the legwork. He's going that extra mile at the moment. And what have we got? Half buy from PARIVISION.
They're over the smoke.
I can't believe forZe are about to retake the lead after having no rounds a few minutes ago on this T side.
It is really wild. Oh, X5, though, gets a kill with the 5-7. That's aggressive. Now he's going to be able to get an upgrade, presumably, and back away. That locks down the apartments. Talk about a good start to this. Shelfie's still pressuring in towards B, and they will have heard this. But it's just Shelfie for the moment. An isolated fight, not ideal, unless you win it. Which he does. Goodbye, xsepower. Now they're starting to take in towards the A site, clearing out the presence. Jerry very much does not have the gun for this fight. Oh, Belchanok knife out. Was not expecting Shelfie to be sticking around. And this one's over. Raijin desperately needs to save this gun, but he's made footsteps. They know where he is, and they have zero interest in letting him hang on to this. There's already a player up catwalk, and he's going to know it. Oh, they're going apps, actually. Bad spot for PARIVISION. Can Raijin win this fight? Keep hold of the gun. Yes, he can.
Looks like he'll stay alive. And they need it because I'm not sure Belchanok has the money. Really going into the following. See if Result can get there just in time. I don't think so. Flash, and he does actually get there last second. Rifle on the ground. There is enough loss bonus to be fair, but that would have been nice. And yet again,
very nice.
Another kick in the teeth. That was so aggressive from Shelfie, by the way, because X5, he's the one that pushes the apartment. He gets a rifle. It's the one rifle you know the location of, and Shelfie just wide swung short. So confident in his own ability to take a duel. And he wins it, to give him credit. He did win those aggressive fights, so Shelfie taking it upon himself in a couple of these T-side rounds we've seen so far to turn the tide, even when the team game might be a little bit fractured, let's say.
Talk about Result again having a sleeper. He had 3 in that last one. Turning it into a very good game for him. And let's see if they can seal the deal here. This would be such a bitter loss if you're PARIVISION. But they're playing for overtime now. A lot of presence in mid. You've seen it. Can you stop it? Boost up in the window. Potential duel on with Belchanok. Look at how much focus is here. There's 4 players for either side looking in. PARIVISION for a moment looked like they wanted to set up the late bricks, but that Molotov stops that. And here come a couple huge kills. Belchanok staying alive. Raijin now chiming in. This is looking like OT. 50 seconds on the clock. 2-on-3. Never mind. All the hero play. Zinex, what's he got for us? He's got nothing. We're going for more. We're going to overtime.
What a back and forth map of Counter-Strike that was. So streaky, that felt like. forZe at the start. PARIVISION in the middle. forZe again. And then PARIVISION closes out for overtime. Straight into this one, of course. No mucking about in 2023 with overtime. Guns galore. No saving from here. And what is the move, PARIVISION? It's almost a little bit hard to call that CT side when you showed so many different looks. It's hard to know where the consistency came from earlier on. What is the move then from this CT side? Free towards B it's going to be. Maybe set up that AWP again. Where is xsepower playing? He is towards B, yeah. Aggressively in apartments. We saw this right at the start of the first half. And Shelfie's got a 2-piece for his teammate? What's going on?
Well, he got the 1-piece. I suppose it's a 2-piece. And he put the highest performer down as well. At that, here's another trade. I guess the first one's technically a trade. It's just a trade.
What a bizarre start to the round.
So you call that a unilateral trade deal. You command that the action happens. I'm taking a moment, my brain, just to comprehend what
I thought he got 2 kills, and then mid-sentence, I realized he'd killed his teammate. It's like, what?
It's not how you expect that early round to go. Oh, goodbye to Nier. It's looking bad for forZe now. And xsepower, he is going to be pressured, but the bomb got left up top, so Shelfie needing to reposition, going to allow the time for PARIVISION to get into the angles. very hesitant to go for this. Can understand it, because the bomb plant doesn't really matter. The only thing that does matter is the round. Gotta say, been seeing a lot more of the AUG in CS2, so I picked it up myself, Alan, in my games. And yeah, I get it. It's really good.
Yeah, it's good for those little taps through the smoke, and then you can sort of see a little bit like a porthole, isn't it? And keep tapping away.
It's also weirdly, and this is my experience as a player who is bad at the game, the slightly slower fire rate actually feels pretty manageable with CS2 spraying right now, and like the wide swinging. Doesn't feel bad.
Well, we've seen a lot of pros use it, so it's slowly getting adopted very fast. Ooh, we've got under aggression. Look at this. Elshon top spawn, gets out, sees nobody. Shalfie's not actually in apartments. He's all the way out in towards T spawn. Now they're fighting in towards mid. There is a player second Delpan in Crad. xsepower gets one aggressive in Palace. There's so much going on this defensive side. If I can better keep track of it, there's no way forZe can.
Raijin. Raijin. Crad's trying to play his hand out. This is ambitious. Crad, what do you do with this now?
He's just going to peek, I guess.
You can't let him go.
Yeah, but if he peeks, surely nobody's looking this way. If Raijin's there, nobody is holding this side of mid.
How long do you let this go? Now he's going to get creative. Ooh, he spotted the second. He knows he's got both. There you go. Crad playing that one out. Absolute masterclass of patience there. They are picking the heavy sight, so to speak, but Crad has just made it not thus. Crad's doing it all himself. Why not? Trade onto Jerry. Not even needed. It's just the first kill, and this one's over and done with. Commanding round. I want to say for forZe, but let's be real. For Crad.
Massive. And all off the back of one. It could have been a sloppy clear. It could have been fully neglected. Nobody looking into a second Delpan. And PARIVISION moving around so much that I guess it opens the window more so for that sort of mistake, because they're just all over the place. There's so much happening.
You call that second Delpan? It's not just Delpan.
You know, Delpan's the bi-connector.
Okay, I call that close one chair and the far one Delpan.
Welcome to Europe.
Welcome to Europe. These dang Brits with their funky calls. Oh, CNX. Gonna grab a nice opener here. Taking down xsepower, who, reminder, has heated up majorly as this game's gone on. He started with a real sleeper of a performance. And not in the good way. All right, I gotta change my usage of sleeper is what I'm learning here. But Raijin gonna answer back with the AWP. Might have spotted the barrel flicking around there. Clearly hasn't. Ooh, they're jumping past. Offsets the up aim. Result able to capitalize. 3-on-3 here in towards site. Tag already on to X5, and there's the bag. Now the bomb will go down. Full control of the site. The rotations in are late. Belchnok's gonna have to wait for Jerry to get active here. And Jerry, so quick into it, he might have even given up the audio cue. Crad may know he's coming his way. He's certainly ready for it, regardless of what happens. And so a lead for forZe to take it to the second half.
That was an absolute slugfest, those overtime rounds. Wow. Just both teams unrelenting. A lot of aggression. Short rounds of that too. As PARIVISION tried to ramp up the aggression in overtime. Must have been a call from Jerry. Of course, it was successful in the first. But the other two going the way of forZe. Lead into this second half of the first overtime. 16 is the magic number. You should all be used to that. Nothing new there. And given CT side now for forZe, they are in a pole position, prime spot to close this out. First round here will set the tempo. What is the move? Orpa over here. ZNX, bit of a failed boost, but luckily nobody fast up, so can position. Is he going to get a
actually, since the first player got past the pixel angle, they may not expect.
He knows he was late. I think he'll just hold back.
They think someone's pushed up for good reason, but CNX still able to get the first and the second. Put them together there with the AWP. Scope making it happen here. Pressure on. Players stuck top boxes. Raijin eliminated. This is looking so very good for forZe to find map point. Now it's left to Jerry and xsepower, the two veterans of the squad, the captain and his AWPer, to make something out of nothing. Jerry swinging mid alone, down in the dust. Bomb dropped at that. And xsepower, a hopeless situation, an impossible round to ask of him. And he'll at least find Crad. But how do you possibly turn this back?
Sounds mad, but he might just save, given it's that hopeless. There's no point. They've got the money, but this round is over. 25 seconds. Even if he was Usain Bolt, he's not getting that bomb. That is over. 2 map points for forZe after looking down and out early on in the second half of regulation when that T-side was going to pot. 2 chances, and remember, this is the map pick of PARIVISION.
Very concerning.
They've spooled up so much in this overtime, man. They're a different beast.
It does feel like, I mean, it's weird to say, but it does feel like almost the stamina wore out for PARIVISION as well, right? Those last 2 rounds, the overly aggressive and not a save. And, well, it's all good if you can make it good here, but a 1-for-1 exchange early. Crad in the driving seat. Finds one, sets up the second. There's the trades. Look at the damage. Fire claims another, and it's all fallen to belchanock. A 1v2 to keep them alive in this game. To keep PARIVISION chugging along. Can he do it? He's got 1:20, so he's got all the time in the world to make this happen. They've separated. He's got isolated fights, but first, he has to get past this AWP scope. He's got it! The shot misses, the shot goes wide, and now a chance to punch in the numbers. A chance to make this happen for the young player.
It's time to reposition. He could play anywhere. Planted default. And he's going ramp.
Uh-oh. Backing into this, but Tanir, is he going to clear the close angle? That's the question now. belchanock is not looking, provided Tanir sees this, and he does indeed. That's going to be the map. No chance to fight for, just blindsided on, and forZe will claim the first in this best of 3.
That was a really impressive overtime for forZe. It was a scrappy game the whole way through, but I really felt they played their best CS by a long shot in overtime. And for a team that probably is lacking their AWPer in Elian, I was impressed by ZNX. He was on the move. He was getting aggressive. Had some good rounds on B.